Alright, welcome back to the bench. This one is for Steve. Brand new Cobra 29 LTD Classic. It's got an echo, a built-in amplifier board, polished covers, variable power, swing mod. Want to modify the microphone to work even better with this. Full lighting upgrade on the front, a custom face. I gotta look at my sheet, but I think that covers everything. But all the parts are finally in, so we're gonna get going on this. I'm gonna get this out of the box. We're gonna hook it up and do all our before specs. Be back in a few. All right, let's see if I can get this thing opened up one-handed. All right, definitely easier with two hands, but all right. Okay, so there's the book for it. Bracket. Brand new radio. The mic that we're going to modify. Power cable. All the hardware. Brand new. Everything's here. So we're going to break this out. Let's get it hooked up. Alright, so here it is out of the box. Brand new. Fingerprints on it, as you can see. No scratches. Face is mint. Manufactured date April 21. Alright, let's get it hooked up and see what this thing's doing for output. Alright, so back, stock microphone. We'll get a look at the face on it before everything gets changed. But here we are, channel 20. Take a look at the meter. Dead key in about 2.5. Yeah, hello. 1, 2, 3, audio. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, audio. Now we can get it up to basically 5 on a whistle. So I'm seeing 5 watts PEP output to start with. Let's hook it up to the generator, see what the receiver is like. Alright, so got it hooked up to the tone generator here, checking it for S9, which is actually just about dead on. Channel 20, just about dead on as far as S9 goes. But it's actually got a decent receiver in it. Let's see, let's drop it back a little bit. We're at 50% modulation. That's minus 77. That's minus 107. Still hearing. Minus 117. Another modulation up. Yeah, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but can still hear it. Can still hear it down minus 117, and then even minus 127. I highly doubt the camera's going to pick that up, but it is picking it up faintly. So the receiver in this out of the box is actually one of the better ones that I've seen. So there we go. There's what all before. So 5 watts PEP out of it. Decent receiver. Now we'll do some tricks to it and see what we can make this thing do. All right, here we are inside. Got the bezel all taped up. Brand new board. I just went over all the solder joints on the back of this thing. Reflowed a couple of them, but all in all, it's in good shape. So I'm getting ready to check the compound on the final. A couple of the other transistors in here, audio chip. I'm going to check all those, retighten them, Loctite all the board screws, do all that stuff. I got all the stuff here to do a power mod. I got the transistor, which I'm going to mount right here on this heatsink here for the variable power. We're going to eliminate a couple things, add a couple caps, and set up the variable power. That'll be the next step. So we get back in here, transistor will be mounted here, variable power will be all wired up to the RF gain control, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it's nice working on a brand new one, not having to clean up a bunch of hacks, starting fresh. All right, back in a few. All right, back at the bench. So all the modifications on the board have been completed. Variable power is all installed. Just did a quick tune-up on it. I still got to mount in the echo board. We're going to do the amplifier last. But right now, I got the faceplate disconnected. We're going to get in here and we're going to do the lighting upgrade on it. So I'm going to pop the meter out because you want a white back in it. I got to pop that channel display out, replace it with a blue one. That RXTX light's got to come out because you want a blue to red. So we're going to do the complete lighting upgrade now. So when it comes back, it's going to look a little bit different. So let's get to it. We'll be back. Steve, here we are back at the bench. Custom faces on there with the turquoise lighting as you asked, with all the proper labeling. RF power for your variable dead key. Amp switch is going to be here. The lighting upgrade's done. Blue channel display, as you can see there. The RXTX light, blue to red. That's done. Meter with the white back is all installed in there with the two-way lighting. There's a white and a blue LED in there to make it not as harsh on the eyes. I got the first tune done. Remember in the beginning we saw it dead keying. Well, first I'll show you. RF power, you can bring it down to nothing, up to 3 because you don't want to drive more than 3 into the internal driver. Set this at 1 watt. We were seeing 5 out of it before we did any mods on it. Like I said, tuning's not done, but at 1 watt. Yeah, well, 1, 2, 3. Just shy of 15, which I should be able to get a little bit more out of it when I do the final tune. But lighting upgrade's done. I'm gonna call it a day. So, all right, I'll get back to it when there's some more progress. All right, so I got the chrome covers. I'm gonna get ready to mount the internal driver on this. I'm gonna have to send you an email. I don't remember if I told you, although you should have seen it in the post on the other radio we're looking at. The internal driver board gets mounted in place of the speaker, so you do have to run an external speaker with this radio. But I'm gonna get the speaker all mounted up here. I'm gonna get it all Loctited together, and then we're gonna start wiring in the amp and the echo, and then it's all minor details after that. So, all right, let's get this amp mounted up. All right, got the amp board all mounted in there, all Loctited down nice and tight, letting the Loctite dry before we start wiring it all in. You got your echo board all mounted in here, and the new control on the front and the echo location. Got to put power to that and wire that into the mic. So yeah, making some more progress. Like I said, board's in, echo board's in, amp's all set. Got some wiring to do, clean up this rat's nest of wires, and then it's all about final tuning and final touches. So we'll come back in when we're all wired up here. All right, got the wiring all done in here, all cleaned up, zip tied, amp all mounted in this old speaker location. Everything's all Loctited, tightened down. I'm doing some tuning on it now, but just wanted to show the progress inside. All cleaned up. I got the echo board choked. Again, the modulation is all done inside the radio on this thing. This radio is allowed. You don't even need to run a power mic with it. I'm going to make some mods on your stock microphone to play a little bit nicer with this. But I'm running a stock Galaxy mic on this thing right now, and it's absolutely screaming. So, you know, with the echo board, with the amp inside the radio, and the modulation all tuned and jacked up inside, you know, there's really no need to run a power mic. You're just going to end up running into squealing issues. But pre-tune, here's the meter. Yeah, well, 1, 2, 3 audio. We're also on a 200, the 200 watt scale. So dead keying just under 10. Yeah, well. 1, 2, 3 audio. 1, 2, 3 audio. So there you go. We're swinging 70 watts PEP, doing 25 on the bird. Far cry from where we started, where it was just about doing 5. Dead key and 2, swinging just about 5. Now we can adjust the dead key. At 1 watt dead key, we're swinging 70. So, all right, I'm going to do some final tuning on this thing, and then we're going to put the covers back on, clean it all back up, and put the knobs back on and get it all set up. Do one final thing. I'm going to let it burn in for 24 hours, and I'm going to do some serious talking on this thing before I send it out. I like to make sure everything's working and fully tested before it goes out the door. So, all right, we'll be back when this thing's all back together. All right, Steve, here we are back on the bench. This thing's just about wrapped up. I just did a receiver alignment on it. Receiver is actually really good on this thing. We got an extra 2 dBs out of it from where we started, but we'll start right from the front. So your full lighting upgrade is done. Blue channel display, the blue to red. RXTX light is in there. And then the blue, the white back meter with the blue lights. I did put a blue and a white LED in there. It is blue, more blue than it looks on the camera. But if you want me to take the white one out and just leave the blue one, I could. I like the white and the blue. It just seems easier on the eyes and makes the meter easier to read. Alright, and then onto your custom face. So the old dimmer switch has been eliminated. That turns your amp on and off. Everything else on up here is basically the same. Your old Delta tune is now your echo. You power it on, set the echo where you want it. I got it set right about 12 and 1 o'clock right now. That's where I like to run it. And this is your variable power now on this one. Bring it all the way down to nothing and up to 3 watts. Like I said, you don't want to run more than 3 into the internal driver. Everything else on the front is basically the same. So let's switch over to the dummy load. Alright, so go up to channel 20, mid-band. Alright, so again, with the amp off, I'll show you what it does right from the very beginning. So back to a 20 watt scale. Remember, I think in the beginning when we started this out, we dead key in 2 and swing in 5. So there we go, just over a watt. Yeah, hello, 1, 2, 3 audio. Just about 13 watts. Oh, I got a 100 watt slug in the bird meter. So, and that's with a stock Galaxy microphone. The audio on this thing is loud. It's clean. You know, the modulation is killer just with this stock mic. I think I had said in the email to you if you wanted to run a power mic with it, which I wouldn't recommend because you don't need it. You know what I mean? Everything that's inside the power mic is done inside this radio. You know, it's just going to end up with squeal issues. But if you were going to run one, I was going to cut the audio and the modulation back inside the radio, but there's no reason to do that. So, but yeah, like I said, and that's with the limiter in the radio, because as I told you in the email, take the limiter out, you're amplifying terrible audio, and it just gets loud, it gets dirty. People are going to tell you're overmodulated, so there's no reason to even get into it. So, all right. 1 watt, let's switch over to a 200 watt scale here. 200 watts, turn the amplifier on. Now, dead key in 10. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, audio. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, audio. That's 60 right there. And for some reason, it always does this, but I switch off the dummy load and go on to over the air. Yeah, get a little bit more out of it. Bird meter. 1, 2, 3 audio. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 audio. We're doing 2 watts on the bird out of the box. So that's up to 70, between 60 and 70 watts depending on when you drive it. That was with a 1 watt dead key. So yeah, no, it's all working. Very happy with the final output. You got your custom chrome cover on there. So yeah, all the internals are done. I did the alignment on it yesterday. It burned in overnight tonight. So I'm just going to do some serious talking on it today and tomorrow, and then I'll get the invoice sent out, and we'll get this thing shipped. Just let me know about that meter. If you want to switch that to straight blue, which like I said, it is more blue with the naked eye than it is with the camera. The camera makes it look a little bit more white. I like it with the white in there because it just makes it, it's tough on the eyes when it's just completely blue. But yep, all your turquoise lettering that you asked for with the white back. So I'm going to polish this thing up and get it all clean, get all my fingerprints off of it. I just took the tape off of this for some pictures and stuff. So, but that's it, man. Another one basically done. So like I said, I'm going to do some skip talking and some serious talking on this thing over the next 24 hours. Make sure everything's working the way that we like it. And then it's heading back out to you. So, Steve, appreciate it, buddy. Hope you enjoyed the video of your build, and this thing will be sitting in your station very soon. All right, 73s.